Greetings guys and gals, my name is Thad and welcome back to our Gothic 3 melee only playthrough. Now we are still on our search for the last water mage, Kronos, and also for Thadj to give us a reward for killing some nomads. Yeah, so normally I would have been very sure that Thadj is actually... Wait a minute, is that Thadj? Is he coming there? No, it's Amul. Alright, Amul is the preacher who stands here. Alright then Thadj has to be... Wait, then where is Thadj?
We're keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of nice. And there he goes, blathering. Yeah. Maybe it was this guy over here? And if not, it has to be actually one in the Temple of Bucharest. So a higher up of Akrabor. What does that remind me of? Oh yeah, Agrabah. It was the city of Aladdin, right? Right? Agrabah? No? Yeah, probably. So anyway, do you know what I have recently noticed? Completely off topic right now, but whatever. So you might know that I sometimes... Oh, that was a big lag, sorry about that. And I sometimes tend to compare Skyrim to Gothic, right? I mean, they're kind of similar games. You know, same genre, kind of similar in some aspects. Hi Murak, how you doing? So yeah, and I noticed something. Look, listen, the soundtrack, right? The soundtrack of Gothic 3 is bitchin'. All right, I won't even discuss this with you, right? It's a nice soundtrack, like. It's a very, very cool sound. Like, I mean, you caught me humming some pieces of the soundtrack when I'm just chilling around. That was Sigmar. So was Thadj actually the highest up that gave us this quest? I can't imagine. I can't imagine that to be true. I'm completely wasting my time here, ain't I? No, Thadj. Wow. Okay.
I dealt with the bandits at the Oasis.
You've helped us immensely. That was good work.
Let
this serve as a warning for others. No one who tangles with us goes unpunished. We are very satisfied with your work. We will see to it that word of your deeds gets around. And here is the pay for your trouble.
So yeah, I was very confused in the first place when I gained 20 reputation for that quest. And the fact that this guy actually gave it to us means that we can only do it once we already reached 75 reputation in Bucharest, so... What the hell? Oh yeah, by the way, wait, I can actually show you something. There is a chest behind Bucharest. Well, I hope I haven't looted it already. I didn't loot it already. It's very interesting. The only reason I know this is because when I first played this game, I found it very weird and I kept this location in mind ever since. So yeah, it's actually a cave behind Bucharest. And there's a chest here. It's very weird because there's literally nothing else here but this chest. Oh, right.
I need the right key.
Oh, it's even a... Oh, I had no idea. Oh, damn, I'm so sorry. I thought it was a regular chest. So, yeah, forget everything I just said. Apparently, it's not just a regular chest. It's Sigmar's chest. Now, where do we get the key? I hope we don't need pickpocketing to get the key to Sigmar's chest. Now, yeah, so it's very weird that we get so much. Maybe we get 20 reputation with the Hashishim for the weird quest. Very peculiar. Anyway, yeah, what I wanted to tell you. Yeah, no, the soundtrack of Gothic, right? It's cool. Like, it's a very good soundtrack. I could listen for hours to it, and yeah. And you already know when you play the game that it's a good soundtrack. So many tracks that just stay in your head, right? Now, Skyrim, on the other hand, does Skyrim have a good soundtrack? Very interesting question.
And then those who have drawn his wrath.
Oh, I remember who Sigmar was.
So pay with your gold.
We're going to get to the bottom of this chest thing. Anyway, so does Skyrim have a good soundtrack? Well, it's not very memorable. I'm sorry, but I've played Skyrim. I played Skyrim a lot, not nearly as much as Gothic, I must admit. And I can only name one particular theme there, and that's the one when the dragon spawns, like you know the one. Anyway, You know the one. Man, why do I have to embarrass myself every time? Yeah, so maybe the key is here. I would start looking in here. Teleporter stone, teleporter stone. So it's not very memorable besides beside the one track, right? And I think something's wrong with your bookshelf. that does not look stable at all. Now, anyway, the rest of the soundtrack is not very memorable. I'm sorry. Like, if you played one of the songs there besides the Skyrim theme song, I would not be able to say, yep, that's Skyrim, alright. Now, the interesting part is that I just only half an hour ago, or an hour ago maybe, and maybe an hour ago, listened to the soundtrack of Skyrim, and you know what my reaction was? My reaction was, well, damn, that is a nice soundtrack. That is very nice. Like, you have very nice music on there. Like, if you listen to the soundtrack, is very you know, it goes very well with the ambiente of Skyrim. It's cool. Where do all the people get the apples? They're not even any apples growing in the desert. So yeah, it seems like we can only pickpocket the key from this chest from him. Anyway, you know what? Let's search for the water mage again. Before we do that, let's actually not jump down there. Could end up badly. Let's go to So yeah, there are nice tracks on there, right? You can listen to that, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. The problem is that either it's just too quiet, or it's just not memorable. I don't know. But while playing the game, the soundtrack completely flies under the radar. At least for me. I have no idea. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's how I play these kind of games. But in Gothic, you're not able to ignore the soundtrack. You're immediately vibing with the soundtrack wherever you go. In Skyrim, no. Just no. You're not vibing with that. It's a good soundtrack, but I would say it's not complete. I don't know. I think it's not used very good. It's not implemented very good, except for that one, you know, the one that you know, the Dragonborn theme, which also, you know, was also used in every Skyrim trailer. You know the one. I don't have to explain. Yeah. So that one is used quite a lot, but the other ones are just not very memorable. They're very nice, and they go very nice with the location, whoever you are in Skyrim. But I feel like it's not distinguished enough. Maybe that's the main reason. In Gothic, you can easily distinguish them because you have basically 3 climate zones, like Varant, Myrtana, and Nordmar, and that's why the music is very distinguished as well. While everything in Skyrim is, well, basically mountains, right? I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe the soundtrack is just not distinguished enough. But if you actually listen to it, by distinguish, I don't mean that you can't identify it. I mean that. Ooh, wait, that's just the cave of Benarai, right? Eben Sala, yeah. Yeah. We're still searching for the water mage. By the way, this will probably be the last part, or the second to last part, where I'm searching for the water mage, because, yeah. I bet you're getting sick and tired of me just strolling aimlessly through the desert. I bet. Anyway, so by distinguished enough, I don't mean that you. I mean, there are probably people listening to me that are saying, "What? I can definitely identify this soundtrack and go, whoa, that's definitely Skyrim." Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can, but you know, in Gothic, you can pinpoint exactly where the music plays, right? You can pinpoint that, and I think that's why the composers of Gothic actually did fantastic work on the soundtrack. You can, if I play you a theme of Gothic, you can immediately say, okay, it's Varant, okay, it's a temple, it's a city, you know, it's Myrtana, it's Nordmar, cave, whatever. I feel like in Skyrim you can't do that. Maybe some of you can, but Yeah. Alright, didn't we actually loot the chest here? No, we didn't. What are we, blind? There we go. We also left a nomad here. Loot these two chests as well, of course. We're still missing one of the water mages. Yeah, I said that a million times by now. But I still have no idea where he could be. Like, I guessed here, but we just went straight there and basically found nothing. We could also explore a little bit above Ishtar. Maybe that's what we ought to do. You know what? That's what we want to do. Going to teleport to Ishtar. Kind of funny because the teleporter stone actually doesn't even bring you to the city, but only right before the city, right? Right in front of the city? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're really astute, I think you can even distinguish the cities on the soundtrack, but I'm not sure if you actually can. I could, but you can definitely distinguish Ishtar. I think Ishtar has a unique soundtrack. So maybe the major cities, maybe Vanguard, Ishtar, and the monastery. Whoa, I thought it was a deeper fall than it actually turned out to be. Could there actually something? Could there be something in this direction? We know that there was a water mage somewhere around here, so lower region would be more logical to look here. Sliding down the hill, don't mind me. Alright, and that the soundtrack is, the Gothic 3 soundtrack is pretty memorable. I won't use the word pretty good, because yeah, the Skyrim soundtrack is good. I mean, definitely. I just listened to it and it's great. But yeah, I think I've made this part clear. Anyway, so if you look at the people who played Gothic, or play Gothic, I looked through a few gameplays on YouTube, and I noticed that yeah, they are. I'm not the only one humming the melodies. By the way, I am humming the melodies on the login screen or on the game starting screen as well, but you never get to see that. But I always do that. Because, like I said, the Gothic soundtrack is just, it's great, man. So this is the temple fields of Morasul. Where we actually met another water mage, so that can't be it. I have no idea where this guy is. Seriously. Couldn't tell you all my life. There was one here, we got one here, then there was one here, then we got one of them here, here, I don't know, here at Alchedium. So yeah, this is the only region where there could be another one, but I mean there was this weird guy that we killed 2-3 parts ago. I have no idea where the last water mage is. No idea at all. Like I've said, this is definitely the last part we're going to look for. At least for now. Maybe we will return to this quest later. By the way, which other quests do we actually have? I mean, there are no quests in the desert anymore, right? Except for kill the water mage. Presence for Gonzalez, the man who killed Ramirez. War thief. The killer of Ramirez. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. You know what, we can go to Morasul and look a bit around Morasul. At this point I'm fairly certain that the water mage isn't actually in the runs. That would be such a such a classic Gothic 3 move, man. If it just wasn't. Yeah. By the way, I think it was another Hashishyan who actually killed Ramirez. But again, not entirely sure. We're just going to circle the city now. So there were some robbers back there. Oh, we're going down there. Whoop. There we go. Ah, my endurance bar doesn't regenerate. It's already day again. Gluck gluck, drink some booze. Get some nice day tingle going. Alright, he looks so goofy running around, running slope down? What's the running downwards? Huh. So there was no oasis back there. Some sand crawlers, because as always there have to be sand crawlers for it to be the desert. So we only visited this oasis once. So maybe, just maybe, we need to drink more booze. We're starting to see the water mage if you drink more booze. Booze for the booze for the win. Alright, so we got blood flies, we got a lizard, got a great pool of water apparently, which Nestle didn't already buy, which is kind of nice. Got a few fighters. Interesting, they don't turn green, even though we already have enough reputation in Morasur. Can we actually bring a Lima to Gonzales? Will that work?
What a handsome fellow you are.
Thank
a
you.
merchant from Morasur by any chance?
Nope.
No, not
Do I
really.
look like a
Too bad.
merchant
I
though?
would have loved to become a rich merchant's wife. Being the wife of the richest merchant in town would put me in good stead, don't you think?
Yeah, she wants to go to Gonzales, I think. Alright.
I want to buy a Lima.
Oh, I see you have excellent taste, young man. She's good for many a memorable night. Gonzales, the boss of the city himself, has an eye on her.
Yeah,
Go to her.
I
She
figured.
will follow you from now on.
Cool, cool. Alright, merchant, show me your goods.
Show me your goods.
Do you have anything? You quiet man? Alright then.
I'll take you out of here.
Good.
This region up there looks very promising, actually. I'm not looking at a Lima, I'm looking above her. You can't see it, but I was totally not looking at her. Yeah, so the region around Morasur is still very promising, water mage-wise. So maybe I will spend one more part looking for the water mage. Maybe. You can write in the comments down below what you want me to do. If you want me to look again for the water mage, but I will probably do it anyway. No. If someone, let's make a deal. If someone, before I record the next one, so which will be in just a few hours after this is uploaded, before I record this one, if someone in the comments tells me specifically that I should not go after the water mage, but instead move on with the game, it's part of the game. Come on, I will not do it. But else, I'ma do it. I'ma just keep looking for the Kronos guy. Because I can't leave stuff unfinished, apparently. You know, Lima, you know what I pity most about your being as a exotic dancer in the desert? It's that you have to walk bare feet on the sand. Like, I mean, have you ever been to a beach on a very hot day? The desert pretty much is like 10 times worse, I imagine. Like, it has to be scaldingly hot. Bam bada bam 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 bada bam. Come here. I think I've complained about this before, actually. When we escorted the... what was her name? The lovely Yasmin, I think was her name. Yasmin, by the way, had an interesting attribute which I just now noticed. Wait, I have to confirm this. I have to confirm this. Once I've confirmed it, you will be like, ugh, really? You had to look. You had to affirm this. You had to confirm this. This is so relevant. This is the most irrelevant thing ever. But I will confirm it. Or, well, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't be confirmed. Maybe not. Gonzales.
About the gifts for Gonzales.
Speak. What do you have to offer?
I am bringing a beautiful dancer.
Indeed. A beauty. Good gift. She will find
Good
her
gift.
place at the side of my master.
Master. I love their accent.
Thank you, kind sir. Belonging to the richest man in town is a huge step towards my goal. Mark my words.
What?
Someday I will be the wife of Gonzales.
Well then, good hunting.
If that's your if that's your goal, I mean. Alright then, so I just have to confirm that. Yeah, indeed, Jasmine is blonde. Do you know Do you know how low the odds are that if you are born in the south, the desert in this I mean, it's not this far south, but it's the desert, that you are born blonde here? It's pretty slim. So I would have imagined that her life story may be a little bit more tragic than anticipated, or then what's the word I'm looking for? Not anticipated. A little bit more tragic than we noticed before. Anyway, so that's it for this part, and I hope you'll be there in the next one. Until then, have a nice day, have a nice night, and of course, as always, have a nice time.